Welcome everyone, and thank you for participating in today's brainstorming session. First of all, let me introduce each and every one of you. On my left, starting with Keerthana, who's obviously having a lovely time. Secondly, it's Tejasvi, and then Khushi over here, and Harshdeep. Myself being Daniel, and I'll be hosting this event. So first of all, let me just run you through what we'll be doing today. So this firm is a startup. They produce spring water, flavored spring water, and they want to move away from the grid. And this is in line with the United Nations SDG goal number 7, which is focused on affordable and clean energy. The overall vision of this firm is to move to a completely clean and sustainable energy source, probably within their own compounds, and not be dependent on the grid or anything harmful that can affect the environment. Well, to speak about the goals and the idea generation, I'll be handing it over to Keerthana. Keerthana.
All right, so as Daniel already mentioned in the mission, the goal of the firm is to get something which is renewable, reusable, something which really aligns with the SDG 7, which is the use of clear, affordable, and sustainable energy. And we hope we explore new initiatives and insights on to shaping our future in case of the use of energy. We don't want to use something which would be harmful to the upcoming generation as well. So let's see. And I hand over back to Daniel.
All right, thank you very much, Keerthana. So, as Keerthana mentioned, this is our part 1 of the session, idea generation, and we are just looking to get some new ideas from you guys. Anything crazy is welcomed. And so, our first question would be, like, what would be the ideal source of energy in a factory or a manufacturing plant setting? It could be like kinetic or chemical or anything that you'd like. Just take a post-it and write whatever it is that you are familiar with, and just keep it to yourselves. Just paste it in front of you so that throughout the session you'll know this is what you're going to talk about. But feel free to move away from it if you feel like there's something new and innovative in your mind. All right, can we start from my left? What have you gone with, Keerthana?
I think I'll stick with sound energy.
All right, sound. And you?
I guess kinetic energy would be better.
Kinetic. And
well, I think waste heat energy would be suitable.
waste and heat.
I
Interesting.
think hydro energy would be good.
All right, and I'll also come up with something, so I'll go with kinetic as well. And let's see what ideas that you can relate with this particular energy source that you could come up with.
Another
So-
we can go with biogas degradable also.
Oh, quite interesting. This being something flavored, I'm sure that they'll have something biochemically and degradable in their production facility. So let's go with now. Just tell me what unconventional, it could be crazy, it could be out of this world, something that you haven't seen or heard, but then you believe that something like this could happen. What idea do you think with your particular energy source you could come up with?
So I'll go fast. So speaking about a factory, there's going to be never-ending noise. There is always going to be sound pollution inside a factory. So what I'm thinking is, if this can be collected or accumulated in some kind of a receiver, and if we have some technology to convert the sound into sustainable electricity, that would be better, because this is going to be a non-stop process, and we can run the entire factory from this little thing, because that's not stoppable.
Yeah.
Sure. So that's something which I can come up when thinking about a factory and energy.
All right. Tejasvi?
Okay, as it is a manufacturing industry, there will be a lot of employees. We can make kinetic powered jackets for them,
Okay.
which will regenerate the energies for the companies as well, for manufacturing field as well.
Okay, so every time they move,
Yeah.
they generate electricity. Oh, that's very
Good.
interesting. Yes.
And I think since it's a water manufacturing plant, so I think we should use electrolyzed water for cleaning purpose. So instead of using chemical cleaners or whatever all-purpose cleaner kind of a thing, we should use this electrolyzed water, and it also helps in preserving the environment since
Alright.
not any chemicals are going into it, right?
Okay, that's very interesting. So something that doesn't impact or damage.
Exactly.
Nature at all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's lovely.
And I can think of is like, as we all know, or companies like spring water, right? So water is always going to come through the pipelines. So if we can create the energy through water pipelines,
Okay,
it is
all right.
never stopping.
All right, because
So
it
we
keeps
can,
Keeps on
it
moving,
keeps
yeah.
moving and we can create energy.
All right, and since I went with kinetic, I'll probably say there's these rotating doors at these entrances. We could plug that up to something magnetic, and every time the door rotates, as some people walk in and out, it
That's
generates
also
some
unique.
electricity. So yeah, lovely ideas all around.
I
Things
guess
that I
one
could.
more we can
Yeah?
add to bio-based fuel cells.
Uh-huh.
As fruits and vegetables, we all use it.
Yes.
And all the small particles, we can use it on water for flavored.
All right.
As it is sparkling flavored water, we are.
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
so-
so the waste from the flavoring
Flavoring,
things
yeah.
can be used as a biogas. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's good
All
too.
right, that's very interesting. That's very interesting. So that reduces waste.
Nice idea,
It's
guys.
cleaner, and we are
Yeah.
using that waste to create electricity as well.
Right.
That's lovely. All right, I'll hand over the round 2 of this session over to Tejasvi, who will carry forward from here on.
Thank you, Daniel. So moving forward, let's think on the implementing part, as we all have our ideas moving forward. So let's start with Daniel as well.
All right. So I already mentioned the rotating doors. So I thought we could go with something like connecting that to a set of battery packs and harvesting those energies over there. And also not just that one. There'll be a lot of moving products,
Around the
machineries
factory, yes.
inside the factory. So again, we could connect the same system onto that. Probably run wires under the ground or under the carpet so that no one trips over it. And we are harvesting energy right now. And as the firm grows, there'll be more machines, so there'll be more energy being used and there'll be more energy being generated as well. So yeah, I believe implementing something like this in such a way and also connecting it over to the fuels so that any extra energy can be sold back to the government or probably put in as batteries and sold to another manufacturing plant. So yeah, they'll probably even be able to make money out of it, and that's clean and good money.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when I think about my thing, as I already mentioned, I'm planning of getting some receivers to get the sound energy completely capsuled. And since he mentioned I'm not a tech giant, so since he mentioned, okay, we can use some kind of batteries to store this thing and produce it into, electricity. I don't know physics, dude. So I'm not sure of if this is how it works, but still we can use some kind of batteries to convert the sound energy. When I'm talking about sound energy, I'm not only talking about what happens inside the factory. So if it is an industrial area, if the manufacturing unit, if it's inside an industrial area, there's going to be a lot of sound pollution outside as well. The vehicles, the people talking, the announcements, everything. So all of this can be collected. Sound is something which is, we don't have to pay anything for sound, right? So we can collect all the noise pollution around us, and if we can use that if we can use that to electrical energy, I think that's the best. As of now, I don't know so much how can this be converted, but still, yeah.
I mean, there's always a way. If there's a will, there's a way, and I'm sure someone would have found it, or we will find it at least.
Exactly.
All right, moving on. Tejasvi?
Okay, so I feel that as I said earlier about the power jacket, employees can use those power jacket and batteries for recharging the devices, like location devices inside the manufacturing. We can go for inventory calculations devices as well, because it's a manufacturing unit, so it will be used for that as well.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay, so since I mentioned earlier that about electrolyzed water for cleaning, so the first thing is obviously you need a water generator for it, and after that you can replace the chemical water or chemical cleaners, but you can do that gradually. I'm not saying do it right now because it's not possible, right?
Mm-hmm.
And after that you need to obviously monitor and adjust the protocols, cleaning protocols, and later by this way you can measure the cost and savings, whatever you have done.
Do that in a big floods.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
So about me, I think while hydro energy, we can use of many kind of storages and engines we can use to install the hydropower energy into the pipelines, which we can store on that time also and afterwards also, like
Yeah.
into
Because
the
it's never
batteries or
stopping, yeah.
in the grid also.
Mhm.
So that would be I think more efficient for our company.
Mhm.
So
Good.
All right, that's some lovely ideas that came around. Thank you for your beautiful ideas. Started with Keerthana, who spoke about you harvesting the sound energy in that very loud factory and using that to generate some energy and electricity, good clean electricity. And then Tejasvi, thank you very much for bringing in your ideas, especially about using those used fruits and vegetables. That was very innovative and very new. I've heard about this, but I've not seen this, and I believe that would be very best fit to our place over here. And meanwhile, Khushi, thank you very much for bringing in the idea, especially about how to use and harvest those cleaning products and how to protocol and use them rightfully. And you, sir, Mr. Harshdeep, thank you very much for the ideas that you brought in, especially about that ever-flowing water, utilizing that energy which is just going to waste, which is not being used. And we are using that one now to generate some electricity.
So
And
you also have to mention about Tejasvi's that kinetic thing, using the jackets. That was also
Yeah.
good because
yeah,
that's a
that was
topic.
again
new.
because everyone's working in
That's
there
also
and
very
everyone's
unique,
running
yeah.
up and down, and that is also generating some electricity. I'm glad that we brought
Nice session.
an idea from every single one, and everything was new and everything was unique and everything was innovative. So I thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
I think Khushi and
Thank you,
Harshdeep
guys.
has been taking meeting
Yeah.
minutes. So we'll be running through the meeting minutes and reviewing and going through them and analyzing if this was a success and what more we could have done, or if this was already pretty great in our very next clipping. So thank you very much for the moment.
Right.
All
Have a
right.
thank you
good day.
guys.
Good day, guys. Bye.
Bye bye.